All right, guys, welcome back to the Side Dish Podcast. This is your host, Jay Lee, joined as always by my co-host, Aaron Shin.
Hey!
And our special guest, James Chung.
What up?
And our very special guest, Khloe Kim. Welcome. Yeah, Khloe.
You hear how long that very was for Khloe?
All right, guys, welcome back to the Side Dish Podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Shin, joined as always by my co-host, Jay Lee.
Hello.
Our special friend, James Chung.
What up?
And our special guest, Khloe Kim, is in the house.
Hola.
What's up, Khloe? What'd you guys do this weekend? What's everyone's weekend update?
I had a friend do a pop-up at a local bar that we frequent. His name's Daniel. He was on the podcast before, and it was quite delicious. Yeah, he made a nice little steak, chicken wedge salad.
Can I say something? I saw a photo that Chuck posted of the food, right?
Yeah.
And Chuck had 7 pieces of steak in his photo. No, bro, he had 8.
Seriously?
And we got 5.
We got 5 too.
Yeah, I was kind of...
Maybe it's a thinner cut.
No, that's what, that's like obviously what it must be. It can't be preferential treatment, surely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't need to let the chef defend himself, you know?
Anyway, it was a great pop-up. The food was delicious. And that's all you did this weekend, huh, Jay?
Yeah, pretty much.
You really didn't do anything this weekend.
No,
Well, you know why?
Yeah.
It's because we went out on Thursday. We did trivia with your sister. That's what it was.
Yes.
We got 2nd place, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually placed in the top 3.
What was the price?
$25.
Nice.
Which we promptly used to buy more tequila shots. I think by the time we met up with Sue, you and I were at least 6 and 8 shots of tequila in, respectively.
Mistake.
Then at Noraebang, we were singing, and then,
We were very drunk, I'm not going to lie. Well, I honestly, I want to go back to trivia. I think that the biggest point that we like to make is we beat one of the local titans of trivia that night.
We did. We beat Rory.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're from improv?
Yeah. The dude is like a wellspring of knowledge. Honestly, I remember when he walked in, I already conceded the game to him. Mm-hmm. And I said...
We had to kiss the ring.
I congratulated him for winning before we even started.
Yeah. Chloe, what'd you get up to this weekend?
I went to the same pop-up as Daniel.
Well, actually, you know what the real tea is?
What?
You had called me last week being like, hey, are you going to Daniel's pop-up? I said, yeah, we should go. Let's go on Saturday. And he said, cool. And then the day of, I'm like, all right, what time are we going? And you're like, I made plans.
No, okay. We said yes, but then I sent a message to the group chat.
Right.
And then no one responded.
Yeah, but I'm not responsible for them, right? Like
You're not
exactly.
responsible, but in the group chat, you have to
because
cast your vote.
Because if you had responded, maybe someone else would have also responded.
Right.
Or
without that, it looks like a non-thing, so it's not a thing.
Actually, it was really funny. Chloe sent out this message and no one replied for all night, all day and all night. And then the next day she just goes, okay.
I was like, okay then.
I mean, I don't want to dig up this point again, but I mean, it sounds like Khloe doesn't have a lot of influence.
No, but I mean, you had your own thing going on this week, and we'll get into that in a little bit. And then James, I was with you for most of the days, but we did improv last night. That was a lot of fun.
Aaron did amazingly.
I killed it, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
Really?
Last
Great
night was
set.
one of those nights where I had jokes, man.
I don't want to feed anything more to your ego.
I know. Okay, let's move on.
I'm letting him have this one.
No, but today's episode is about Khloe, and her theme is dating. Actually, we need a better word than dating. It needs to be like, I guess,
life.
Yone. In my head, I imagined when Aaron said dating, and then there's like an applause track.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, we can add that in post.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Chloe, you've been going out on dates for a few years now, on and off the apps and stuff. What gives? I mean, what's going on with these apps that you haven't brought a single guy to us being like, hey, I'm actually dating this gentleman? You've never ever done that. I've known you for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. I had one boyfriend, but that only lasted for about 4 months. After that first guy, all the other guys were not an official thing.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that you being a cool, chill person is working against you in these cases? And
okay, first of all, thanks for calling me a cool, chill person.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Chloe's tearing up right now.
No, because like maybe you're like, yeah, it's all good, like play it by ear, whatever, like whatevs. But maybe you're learning that you got to be more like, fuck that shit, you're my guy, or like just making decisions, I guess, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think at first I didn't know what I wanted. And back then I was getting pressured to not appear desperate because I tend to fall for people who I really like.
Yeah.
So
Chloe tends to
I
fall
get
for
very
people that are
nervous.
unavailable, but not emotionally, who are literally physically unavailable.
I mean, both.
They don't live in this country.
Both? Okay,
Both.
if they're physically and emotionally available, oh my God.
Why is that though? What's up with that, man?
That's okay.
It's got to be deeper. Have you ever thought about that?
No.
I guess we don't have to call you out on it. I'm sorry.
Well, okay. I want to bring this up because I read this online somewhere. It was something along the lines of dating for guys is like finding water in a desert, but dating for women is like finding fresh water in a swamp.
Yes, a sea of pigs of men.
Well, I mean, what is your type? What is the kind of guy you're going for? Because, like, okay, I was joking that yeah, they're physically, emotionally unavailable, but what they tend to be, I don't know, like kind of meatheady guys, right? You like the meatheads, right?
Okay.
The Kyopo
Really
fuckboys, right?
If we were to break down
You like the beefy
types
boys.
of guys that I like. Well, first of all, we're in Korea. We live in Korea. I was born and raised here, but I went to college in America. And I came back after college.
And
right?
that's what gave you the thirst for the beef heads?
No. I came back, but I don't really like Korean guys.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm offending anyone, but I've never dated a Korean
Yeah,
person.
they don't listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Whoa. I want to, like, what does that mean, Korean?
You know what it means.
No, I want to know.
Possessive. Will probably turn into emotionally dependent and abusive and like clingy.
Okay.
And like cheat on you, you know, superficial.
I don't really put so much importance on that anymore, really, but I used to be like, oh, I can only date someone who speaks English and like understands what I'm talking about. And the types of jokes, like my sense of humor and my interests.
And your references too.
Yeah, my references. And I feel like I should be able to have this kind of like small fun moments with the person that I'm with, you know?
Yeah.
At least up until like this point, I'm like, you know what? I should be more open-minded because I'm getting older.
You're like, you know what? I am Korean. I could be with a Korean guy. I understand references in Korean.
No, I think the language thing is so important, though. Yeah. I don't know. As someone who, like, you know, does comedy or has, like, you know, done some writing and things like that, like, not being able to share that with a loved one is tough. Yeah. Right?
And with someone supposedly you're supposed to be the closest person.
It's a big hurdle. I'm not saying it's impossible, and you know, some people value those things differently. But I realized I had to learn for myself, like what my own values were, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, Chloe speaks like completely fluent Korean though, so it seems like more it's like the reference, the cultural kind of thing.
Yeah,
like
you're
you
Korean.
vibe with. Yeah.
I mean, you've been living back in Korea
communicate
longer than you ever
completely
studied abroad
with
in America when you think about
I
it.
swing both ways.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
women out there, yes. Chloe.
But anyway, because I kind of crossed out like basically 90% of the people who live here.
Yeah.
My pool automatically gets really small, right?
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Korean guys in Korea, believe it or not, and not as many Kyopos.
Yep.
What a concept. Yeah.
Yep. And then I used to also really gravitate towards people who lift. So
Yeah. Okay, so the beef heads. Thank
Meatheads,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly to Aaron's point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell us then, have you gone on any dates worth sharing?
I went to a nice first date a few weeks ago.
And?
That was like a first time in a long time. And we just had dinner and then went to a coffee shop. I had a glass of wine. He had tea. We had a good chemistry. He found me very funny. I found him very funny too.
Good.
So there were a lot of laughter.
Laughter is a good indicator. That's a green flag, so to speak.
So it was a short, maybe like 4-ish hours of a date. And then we...
4 hours? You're saying 4 hours is short?
She's saying 4 hours is short.
What? That's
Okay,
pretty
that's your
long.
problem, Chloe.
Yeah.
You're expecting too
Jesus,
much of these men. You're like,
Okay, not sure.
4 hours is
It was
nothing.
a good amount of.
Yeah, you guys got
for the first
Yeah.
date.
Dude, so Jayan and I, our first date was probably 4 hours. But we sat at the same cafe. We didn't like move. We just were so into this conversation. And we were like, damn, that was a long fucking time.
Short is like going to dinner and then right after you eat, you pay and you fucking bounce.
Let me rephrase. The conversation was so great. The hours went by so
that it
fast.
felt
There we go.
short. I see.
There we go.
Okay.
That's cute.
Yeah.
And so is this person someone that you're open to seeing again or
Potentially, yeah.
potentially?
Yeah.
But see, even that, like potentially is interesting because
Okay, I'm definitely interested in seeing more.
You gotta
Snip,
be
snip.
honest on this podcast, Chloe.
you gotta be honest, man.
I saw him 3 times so far.
Okay.
Oh.
Have you guys?
No,
No.
nope.
What? Straight to head. Sorry. That was a bad joke.
But do you ever make that first move?
Sometimes when the timing's right, but no, not
yeah.
really. Usually the guys make the first move.
On this date you guys went to dinner and stuff. You said like the vibes are all there. Was this something like are you kind of like driving the car in the conversation? Do you feel like you like being with people that go along for the ride with you, or the guys has to steer the conversation? Does that make sense?
I feel like you're asking like, do you want someone who's a better listener or a better
Yeah.
conversationalist?
Yeah, because like maybe what you like is shining and being funny and charming and being with someone who gets that charm because they have an American sort of Western, mindset, right?
I've recently realized that I don't really like a super extroverted guy as my partner.
Yeah. But yeah, because you want someone who is
A
like,
good listener. It's with a partner. I feel like conversation wise, it's definitely quality over quantity.
yeah,
I don't like people who are just like chirp, 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 chirp. You just like say things out of necessity.
yeah, just to like maybe check in on you or
Yeah.
something, or like to get validated from you or something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And when I'm with friends who I feel super comfortable with, I don't really talk that much.
It's just funny because right now you're talking in a way that you do not talk in real life.
Yeah.
You're being way like too measured with your words. And so it's throwing me off a little bit. I'm like, okay.
Listen, first podcast in 2 years.
I
You gotta
know.
give her a little break.
Dude, you
But
gotta,
I mean, Chloe is sitting with 2 extroverts right now.
Yeah.
You guys are talkers, right?
No.
Jaehyun is emphatically nodding yes.
I'm an extrovert, but
Yeah.
I am very happy to like defer
Yeah.
when I'm not trying to like step on toes because it's work.
Both of you are good listeners as well. Yeah. But maybe, I don't know, maybe Chloe's channeling that
Introvert
energy
life.
that
no,
she thinks
you're nervous clearly, but you gotta just be
Yeah.
like, yo,
Do I need
fuck
another
it.
shot?
Yeah, give this girl another shot.
Yeah.
Producer,
I actually don't, but because I hate my voice, and I did listen to the last episode, and I was like, oh my god,
that's
I hate it.
I like that's the voice I like.
You gotta go to the mirror and do the power pose.
Power pose. I was like, yeah, I got this.
Going back on track, Chloe, what's like your ideal?
Really good conversation. Someone who's I don't know, just like feels chill.
There we go. So that first of all, there's your voice. That's nice.
Okay, I want you to. I wanna. Wait, have you ever planned a date?
Of course.
What did you do?
Yeah. What's you if you like a guy,
Yeah.
and then he goes, yeah, you know what? You plan it. What's your go-to?
I would just ask like, what do you want to do? Like as a general theme wise, they pick like if they haven't seen the city or something. I was like, oh okay, I'll show you around. I know a place. I was like, I know a place. And then if we decide on the neighborhood, I'll probably know a few restaurants or like bars or like exhibits that's going on.
Whoa, but like, okay, fine. What's that's all logistics talk, right? What do you want in a first date?
What I want on a first date.
Yeah, like, do you want someone to ask you what you want and then like arrange
I
things?
think more so nowadays, I really like people who ask like questions that matter, like relationship wise. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Do you live here? Do you see yourself long time? Like in the long term, where do you see yourself? But it can't be like all these questions, like five questions.
Have you done
in
the
a
38
row.
questions to fall in love questionnaire?
I don't think I followed the entire questionnaire, but I've had a few conversations with a couple of the questions off of that list.
You brought it out with you.
No, it just like it was brought up in the conversation, and then we'll like look it up, and then it's like, oh, this is an interesting question that we can talk about.
Honestly, I feel like I'm very happy to like set up like a fucking kick-ass adventure of sorts for the day, and that always seems to like it goes well, right? And it's a fun thing to do. But, you know, if you're just like, if it's like a first date and you're like, let's just like, I don't know, grab food. It doesn't matter where you, it doesn't matter.
Also like grabbing food and a drink is kind of part of the course, right?
Right. I mean, so it's like, you know, people are like, let's go mini golfing or go bowling or I don't know, ride bikes on the Han River. Let's rent a fucking boat.
Are you into that shit, Chloe?
I am into that shit.
You're into like some actual activity ass shit.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
You want some guy to take you on a cool adventure.
Yeah, so this
Dude,
guy,
last time you got taken on a cool adventure, you got stranded in Incheon.
what the fuck? Oh, me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I said goodbye to him.
Do you want to tell that story?
No.
God damn it, man. We can never get the good shit on the podcast.
I'm sorry. That's
No, it's all good. It's all
privacy.
good. All right. Fine. Well, it's funny because I have a friend who went on a date when she got stranded out in Incheon. Oh, God.
No.
Oh, wait, what? Forgetting the story. I don't remember how it ends. How much is too much to pay on the first date for the guy, I mean?
Are we talking in terms of like a meal?
I think a meal would be the easiest way to sort of calculate, yeah.
I want to say like 10만 원 max.
Yeah, okay.
Like, would it be turned off if someone tried to like,
I feel like,
Ball
okay,
out.
what are you trying to hide?
or they're straight up like, yo, let's go to the Maldives. I got a bungalow.
Dude,
Oh, no.
Netflix is going to make a documentary out of you in like 2 years. That's what that sounds like, dude.
But the guy that you wanted me to tell people about, that I had a very strange second date and never saw again with, he asked me out on the first date, and we went to omakase, and
Which is also like a red flag.
well, it wasn't necessarily a red flag, but I was like, sus, right? And so I was like, okay, I'll go to the
Wait,
lunch.
but sus because it felt like he was trying to like flex a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah,
and he was
right.
like younger, and I was like, sus.
Yeah. At that point, he's like, $130 should get me laid. I mean, come on, right?
I think there are guys who think of this very like transactionally.
Yeah.
I will also say that I've seen the like overt expressions of wealth and gift giving be like a very bad thing. Like I had a friend who met some guy through like mutual friends, and then this dude like asked her on a date, and as soon as they go on this date, he brings her like a new iPhone, and then like a week later, it's like a Dior bag, and and then eventually the guy like tried to like sue her to get all that stuff back.
But his goal was to have sex or
No,
what?
it's like a manipulative thing.
It's actually a thing called love bombing.
Love
I don't
bombing.
Yes.
know.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, everyone knows it, right? And so when it gets really bad is when people do that to manipulate and like basically gaslight the person. It's like, oh, I did all this great things for you, and you should at least do this for me, or something like that. You can't never get out of this relationship.
Yeah. Okay. So then that's why you're saying like $100 on the first date. But then let's say like a month into the relationship, he offers to buy you like a laptop or something. Are you accepting?
No.
No.
Maybe the Maldives is a little aggressive, but like, you know, a day trip to like Jeju-do or something. Or
I would
like,
do that. With the person who I went on a good first date with, the second time I saw him was on this trip to Donghae. Because he was like, hey, you want to go see the beach? I was like, I'm
That's
down.
cute.
And it was a group trip, like with his friends and stuff.
That's cute.
Damn, you went on a group trip? Wow, we really haven't caught up in a while. When did you go on a group trip with some stranger's friends?
It was like 2 weeks ago.
What the fuck?
I only knew him, and then there were 6 other people.
Man, and no popos on this?
No.
Wow.
We did many long walks on the beach.
Any
It was very nice.
hand holding?
Yeah. I
Hugging?
held on to him, 팔짱.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's really adorable.
So that was nice.
Nice. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that you're taking it slow with this person, and you guys have another date lined up, I'm sure, coming up.
Couple days ago was the third date.
Well, he's like introduced you to his friends. Why haven't you introduced him to us?
I almost brought him to the pop-up.
Oh, the one that you canceled on last minute?
Yeah.
I see. And then so when you're on a date with someone or you're seeing someone, I guess, how intentional are you? Are you like, hey, I want to, by our fifth date, kind of have an idea if we're going to be, exclusive and calling each other boyfriend, girlfriend? Or are you still on that fence of let's just see where the cards lie?
Okay. I will ask the guy if they live here, because I mostly meet people on dating apps because I work for a Korean company and it's really hard for me to meet people.
It's Hane on there, you know
outside
what
of
I'm
that.
saying? Date in the office.
But I told you I don't want to meet Korean guys, or like I'm not opposed to it. But then there are a lot of my
Old
coworkers.
Chloe didn't want to meet
Yeah,
Korean
and
Open
then
your
it's
mind.
actually
New Chloe's open to
funny
it.
because my coworkers this whole time, I would ask them or I will tell them I'm open to 소개팅. None of them have introduced me to anyone because they're most of the time their reason is like I feel like you wouldn't like any of the people that I know,
Yeah.
or like I'm usually not the type of like the typical nice cute Korean girl that a typical Korean guy would go for, because I have my nose pierced.
You're too tan.
I'm tan.
You went
Speak
to
too much
Duke.
English.
They're like, oh, she went to Duke. We all know how girls who went to Duke are.
Okay, elaborate.
They're
I mean, you weren't in a
intimidated by you.
sorority, but we can all put two and two together. You know
Wait,
what I'm
which
saying?
sorority were you in?
I
She
was not.
wasn't. She wasn't. But that's even worse. For
Jesus.
you know what I mean. She wasn't being held accountable by her sisters. She was
Well,
just
can I-
lone wolf in that shit.
No, we're talking about intentionality. There have been like times when I accidentally went on dates.
You
There
agreed
was
to-
there was this point in college where I was like, just like very social, but like in an unfiltered way. Be like, oh yeah, we should grab some food sometime, blah blah blah, whatever. And honestly, this would happen also to me. Like, I remember running into a girl I lived in my like a girl that lived in my dorm, like 2 years after I had left that dorm, and she was like, oh, it's been so long, blah blah. She was in a sorority. Oh my god, we should grab some food sometime.
Spot on impression of a sorority girl, by
Right,
the way.
right. I mean, I'm not trying to do. I can't. But I mean, it was just like, and I could tell like that came with no sincerity,
Right.
right? But I would just kind of broach that to like to people that I thought were chill, whether no matter like gender or sexual identity or whatever. But then I realized some people definitely took it as dates.
Yeah.
You know
That happened a lot for me in college with like church people, basically.
Sure, yeah, I can believe that.
That happened all the time. But it will always be like, you know what it is, man? If they're good looking, it's a date. You know what I mean? To you, right?
That's the sort of fun of it, though, right?
Yeah. I know what you mean, though, about some people seeing like an opportunity to get to know someone else better as a date, sometimes with maybe romantic intentions.
That's sort of what a date is.
Yeah. Going back to the most recent dates that you've been on, can you tell us about like a bad one and what made it bad? 'Cause since you don't want to tell us about the Incheon one.
I think one of the two problems were immaturity and then lack of communication. That really bugged me. So the second date ended really weirdly, and the person wasn't willing to talk about it and then kind of go through what went wrong, or like if there was a miscommunication.
There wasn't like a sort of follow up on
No.
this, what was clearly a breach of. Clearly, he fucked up and like
he wasn't willing to talk about it.
It's very immature to like be like, if I don't talk about it or bring it up, maybe she'll just get over it. I
Right.
think that's what young men tend to think. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's happened to me too. Like,
And I hate that.
I mean, it just happens. Like, you'd rather just like not. I mean, I've known. I remember there have been moments more recently where I'm like, okay, I should just, let's just not ghost anymore. It's not nice.
Yeah, ghosting is not a good look, but we've all done it. And it's all happened to us in return, I'm sure, right? Jay, you've been awfully quiet, almost like a ghost.
I'm ghosting you guys right
Yeah,
now.
seriously, you just checked out mentally, bro. What's
Jay
up?
like leaves the apartment.
Jay, what's the last good date you went on? What made it good?
The last good date on. I don't think that I've ever really been on a bad date.
Okay.
I will say.
That's because you're very selective.
Yeah, I'm very selective. Despite being, a classic introvert, I think that I can entertain the date enough to where we have like a conversation that flows and it goes well. And so all the dates I've been on in the past, 4 or 5 years or something, they've been fine.
Yeah.
Not all of them have led to a second, third, or fourth date, usually because I didn't feel the chemistry or whatever.
You ever ghosted someone before?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I have.
I mean, not nice. It's actually very mean. The point of this conversation is to illustrate how mean it is. Yeah.
I can definitely see Jay being a ghoster.
Yeah, dude. Jay ghosts us. He ghosted us this weekend, dude. He didn't get back to the group chat for a whole day. Totally fucking ghosted us.
And then after I said, okay then.
Then he's like, sorry, I was so checked out yesterday. Oops.
Wait, didn't you also ghost that chat?
Oh, Aaron also ghosted, so you can't really say
Did
much.
I?
Yeah.
I didn't ghost the chat. I
The
just left you on. I just
kettle-
left you on red. I mean, that's
Yeah,
not,
for like 24 hours. Thank you.
That'd be ghosting, yo.
That's
But
all-
anyway, I hate ghosting.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've actually ever really intentionally ghosted anybody. So if I
Yeah,
didn't
me neither.
find...
I did it on accident, too.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
No.
I forgot her name, and it was too awkward to ask. So,
But have you ever
Yeah.
had to like dip out of a date, like because it was just going so bad?
I will at least stay for the coffee.
Ghost them in real life.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Don't come back.
No, I've never done that. I'll
Okay.
at least be courteous enough to stay for the coffee. And then I'll be like, okay, great meeting you. I gotta go. Bye. I've done that. And then there were some times where the people who I didn't want to see for the second or third date will ask me out. And then I would give them like a simple couple sentences. I don't think it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Handshake.
No, I mean, and that's like totally, that's respectable. And that's what you should do as an adult. I mean, it took me a long time to learn that lesson. I sometimes kind of like let the conversation peter out. I like got to a point though as an adult where I was able to actually call them and tell them on the phone, like, hey, I just want you to know you're a great person, but I don't see us moving forward. And the last time that did happen was this girl, I guess she like liked me a lot more than I liked her. And so I had flaked on her a few times, so trying to get her to give her the signal that like I'm not that interested. And then maybe we didn't see each other for like a full 2 weeks, and I hadn't even texted her in like 4 or 5 days. But I just felt like it was turning into a ghosting situation, and I didn't want that to happen. So then I called her, and then she's like, "Hi, yay, you called me. You must really want to hang out." And I was like, actually, it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
But it felt good to like also clear the air on that, because this poor girl had thought that literally I was just too busy, but like I was still like, I wanted to hear her voice or something.
Yeah.
She was thinking it was really romantic.
That was really nice of you to do.
I was very,
actually,
I was
yeah.
like, I've done something good.
Jay's like, I've never done that before. But if I were a better man,
No, I mean, there's been a situation where I try to let it peter out, and
Yeah.
then kind of like not respond as much. And then the other person responded finally and was like, hey, what's up? What is this? Is this going to lead to anything? And then I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling the chemistry. Like,
Yeah.
I think we should just be friends.
You ever made up an excuse to sort of like be like, oh, I'm just so busy with work and I'm going to be like traveling, and just really trying to create distance? You know what I mean? I feel like I did that a lot, being like, I'm going to Korea for 6 months. So, I mean, that sucks for you, or like
Yeah.
vice versa, going to the States.
I'll just tell them straight up I'm not feeling it.
So you weren't feeling this other guy. Now you're feeling this guy. Hopefully we get to meet him, right?
That's the hope.
What is it you like most about him besides his the way that he laughs at your jokes or your banter? What other things do you like about
What does
him?
he squat? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
How
How
many plates?
beefy? How
Yeah.
beefy is this man?
450.
No,
He's like kind of beefy, right? He got like nice leg muscles going on, right?
No, he's actually kind of like 곰. I like 곰상, like bear type.
That sounds very.
Bear type, so it's kind of beefy.
That's not a term that we use in the straight community.
Yeah,
very
that's
much.
definitely a gay
in the
thing.
States.
No, it's definitely a Korean thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a type.
Kind of like Say's husband, like Brian.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of like a bear type.
Yeah,
I'd say.
yeah, definitely.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, if you need me to like call you out, bail you out of a bad date, I'll pretend I'm drunk. and you
Okay.
need to come pick me
You'd
up.
be like, oh my God, my ex-boyfriend's here. I have to go. He'll be furious to know I went on this date with you.
Yeah, and he'll totally get it because you're a 곰상 too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, cute. He's like a teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like a grizzly. I love it.
This other guy?
If only I had a beard.
But no, he's like very passionate about his work, which I find very attractive.
What does he do?
As a photographer.
Ooh. But, photographers, sometimes that can be a red flag. Like, if it's like, oh, that girl's just a model that I photograph or something.
No, he has a landscape photography.
Oh, okay.
And also, because it pays well, he does like product photography for like brands.
That's where the money is.
Yeah, exactly. He kind of doesn't like it, but because I'm really interested in photography and I like taking photos myself, we can have like a...
I thought you said photos of yourself, and I was going to be like, okay, nice.
I actually hate photos of myself.
Okay.
But it's a common interest between the two of us, and he excels at it, which I find very attractive.
Yeah. You can learn something from this man.
Right.
Yeah. To steal his secrets and then dump him. Ghost him, sorry. Right. Well, what are some ways that you find yourself preparing for a date when you are looking forward to it? What are things that you're paying attention to?
Whether we remember things about each other from like previous conversations.
Okay. So you
Whether
basically
we're
you quiz him?
No, like if it's
What was the name of my elementary school? Which middle school teacher hated me the most?
I never expected, but then when that sort of like little bits of details that I just said in passing comes up in later in the conversation,
Yeah.
I find that very thoughtful.
Actually, that was
like,
in
oh.
You ever know that book, The Game? You remember that book, Jay? That was like kind of our generation-ish.
Yeah.
Because I had some kids like in the year or two younger than me who were like swearing by it. And
Is that Neil Strauss?
I don't know who wrote it, but it's like basically how to pick up
It's
women.
like the pickup artist
I think it's Neil
like
Strauss.
Bible.
But
right?
one of the
Yeah.
tips that I found for free on Google when I like Googled it a few years ago, being like, I don't want to read this fucking book. But one of them was bring up information from previous conversations to let her know that you remember things. But the book is saying it like, don't pay attention for the sake of paying attention. Pay attention for the sake of like seeming like you're an interesting person.
That's
know?
even worse.
It's even worse. Yeah.
But I mean, the game being a shitty piece of literature aside, that seems like solid advice.
Dude,
Like,
that and eye contact were like the two things that really revolutionized how I would go on dates. Like, eye contact was huge for me, bro. Just like, if you like someone like at a bar, just look at them and try to lock eyes. And I was like, no, I could never do that.
You gotta look at
Yeah.
them for 3 seconds.
Yeah, you gotta
max.
like hold it and then approach. And I was like, what the fuck?
No, 3 seconds and look away,
Oh,
and then
Yeah.
see if they look back at you.
I guess I didn't get to that part of the
Chloe
book.
clearly read the game.
I read the
Yeah.
cliff notes and then they gave me the first part.
I'm pretty sure I read the game when I was younger.
Nice. Oh wait, that kind of reminds me then, Chloe, going back to Korean guys, say you met like the right guy, okay? But he's just like, but I really do believe that women should raise the children and stay at home, and doesn't really budge on that belief. Is that like a deal breaker for you?
Of course.
Wow.
That sounds about right. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like if
All
I
your
was,
core values attacked.
yeah, I guess your core values being like not those things.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Never mind.
I feel like if you want someone to take care of the child 24/7, maybe we should think of ways to earn enough money to afford a nanny.
yeah,
And I'll be there as much as I can, but I can't be the sole caretaker of the baby.
Damn. What are some of the biggest flaws you tend to overlook then in romantic partners? So you have these deal breakers, but surely there are things that you're like, whatever.
If they're short.
Oh yeah, you dated some short boys, yeah.
Yeah.
Some short kings, sorry. We're kings. We're kings.
You're a gentleman at
All
least.
of us.
Like
What about like
appearance
a
wise,
personality trait?
personality
let's, yeah.
trait. They need to be kind. I talked about this with someone else at work earlier today too, or like, I actually talked about it with Sue yesterday. But being nice and being kind are completely different things, right? And being kind it's like an innate quality. Like you gotta have it. Being nice, you can pretend, but it's really important for me to be with someone who's actually kind, that it doesn't even require the person to be like act a certain way.
their core needs to lean towards like the more understanding and gracious and empathetic. It doesn't have to be something they're posturing about. Yeah, because an Instagram post told them,
Right.
Andrew Tate told them, that's how you trick the woman. That's how you fool them.
Yeah.
What are your red flags then? Speaking of green flags, what are your red flags, Khloe?
Not knowing what they want. They don't know if, in terms of like dating,
Yeah.
if they want to find someone just to have fun with or like a life partner.
Have you ever been on a date with someone who's just like off the cuff, like, I want to be with you?
Yes.
Whoa. What's that feel like?
Weird.
Oh, so that was kind of a red flag?
Yeah, but then I have enough conversation with the person to like suss them all out.
Uh-huh.
And then at this point, or like at a certain point, that I'll be like, okay, I'll like give him, cut him
A
some
blowjob.
slack.
Okay, oh, sorry. Sorry. Genuinely didn't know where you're going with that, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm like willing to get to know this person better.
Yeah.
Because like him saying all these great things, albeit a little suspicious, is like, I feel flattered. Like that's a compliment that
Yeah.
someone finds me like a long-term partner
There's something
material.
about like a guy who puts on like, what's the word now? The riz, you know, a little bit too hard. But like, but his riz is like
has
sincerity.
riz.
Like sincerity is his riz, right? Just
Yeah.
like, yo, like
Sincerity
honestly.
is great.
But that's the thing is because you're saying, oh, I like guys who like know what they want. And so a sincere guy can be like, I really like you. I want to blah, blah, blah. But that could also kind of, you don't know anything about this person really until you've maybe dated them for more than 4 months probably, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, your longest relationship is, I think 4 months actually is about the time when like the honeymoon period is starting to dissolve, right?
Yeah.
And like you kind of really start to see the person.
Yeah. After that it's like decision time.
Yeah, then it's like, oh,
Like,
so,
do I want to keep seeing this
right,
person,
right.
or like, is it kind of annoying actually?
I think in reality, it's like, man, this person's annoying. What am I supposed to do? But you got to keep going, right? How many relationships have you been in, Jay?
Like girlfriend too.
Damn.
Two
And how many
relationships, yeah.
girlfriends have you had, James?
Define is just like where it's labeled officially.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, I'll say this: like 2 or 3, depending on how you. Some of it's like not clear cut, but like 3-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Those are rookie numbers.
Let's go.
I mean,
I don't think I've had that many.
professional.
No, I mean, I think some. I mean, it's like this question is like it's weird because I remember I've dated in there was a relationship I've been in where it was just like after like literally the first day it was like, hey, I
Let's
don't
get married.
No, dude, let's make this like either, you know, in the West it's like, you know, you could see someone for like months and never talk about like what you guys are, and it becomes like an awkward question, right?
Yeah,
Well, but
I used to do that shit all the time. I can't do it.
But yeah, but I've noticed.
Oh, you used to all the time.
when I didn't know better.
But I know literally like I remember like
2 months ago.
Like I remember at my old job there'd be girls that are like, they'll come to work like fully like makeup, like clothing, like looking just like real.
Clothing.
They're fully clothed.
They're
But they're looking nice.
No, but they're just like they're dressed up
Yeah,
and they have
yeah.
like makeup. They've done their hair like, and it's like they're clearly going somewhere, right? And at some point, someone's like, "Oh, what are you going on a date?" They're like, "Yeah," and then it's like, and it'll be like a blind date, and they'll come
Yeah.
back the next day, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, I have a boyfriend now,"
Yeah.
What?
Right. Sure.
and I've realized like this is like there is a bit of cultural difference in
Yeah.
that question, right? So
So
like,
I see what you're saying.
yeah, and I get
Koreans are like coupled up. I mean, that's the culture here.
yeah. And
That's
so
another.
like,
That's another thing that I don't like about Korean dating culture, especially
'cause-
sogeting culture, right? Sorry, I cut you off.
No. I mean, I just meant to say in terms of like if it's defined like the difference between how many people have you seen for more than a month, right? That it'd be a very different question, right?
There was, I mean, a time in New York when I was probably, I don't know if I should say this actually. Okay, well, I'll say it. So there was this girl who was like, do you want to be a couple? And I said no. But then I was like, but we can like pretend that we're dating when we're around each other. Like you can treat me like your boyfriend, but I'm just let you know, like I'm not going to say you're my girlfriend. And we like did that for probably like 4 or 5 months.
What even is that? That's
So it would be like
definition of a situationship, I feel like.
it was very overt. It was like communicated clearly. It was like, when I'm with you, I'm not going to be like texting anyone else. Like we're going to be hanging out. But then when I'm not with you, you just don't ask questions unless you want to like basically get your feelings hurt, you know? And it was definitely toxic. I learned a lot from that, actually. I learned a lot from that because I was doing that because someone was doing that to me who was surely getting that done to her by some other guy. Like the whole scene of seeing numerous people. Yeah, and New York that's why it's the worst to date in LA and New York, because everyone's doing that and you never feel like a priority. Even if you are like with this person and you feel like you're their priority in the moment, you know in the back of your head that, you know, on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, they're like, you know, doing whatever fuck all in Echo Park or whatever. So it wasn't a good feeling. And then I was doing it to someone and it was like, wow, this is literally how toxic shit gets passed down and like perpetuated. So I when we called it off, it was mutually good because it was like, look, we're not really a couple. We're not going to be. So let's just call it quits. And it ended pretty. And then she hit me up like a year later being like, I'm applying to graduate school. Can you help me with my applications?
For real?
Yeah. And I was like, I'll look at your personal statement for free. And that's it. Yeah.
Act of service. That's your love language.
Yeah. They are. That is my,
Yeah, I was in a similar situation in LA for about 4-ish months.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked him as a person, and when we were together, we were having a great time, just like hanging out, like being cuddly or whatever. And we would see each other pretty regularly for 4 months. But then after like 2-ish months, I started getting really frustrated because we didn't talk about any of that stuff. But because I was there only temporarily, maybe like half a year max, it was kind of like assumed that it wasn't going to be something like long term.
Yeah.
But then despite all that, just the fact that I wasn't like getting asked out, like going to places together and like him like planning on dates and stuff, because I wasn't getting that sort of action. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I deserve better. Like,
No,
I know,
for sure.
I know what I am
worth.
Yeah, I know what I'm worth. I know what I want, and this guy is not matching that energy. And regardless of what the reason is, like I shouldn't be entertaining this. And so I had like a big realization, and also talked to him through all this shit because I was getting like bottled up. And I was like getting really frustrated.
Wait, can we like zoom out real quick? So you're saying that you guys are dating for 4 months. After 2 months, you're getting frustrated because the dates are just like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Let's like go to the bar and then go back to your place. Like
or
that
like,
kind
do you
want to
hang out tonight? Like
instead of being like, hey, there's a show out in, you know, Studio City or
exactly.
whatever.
So we would just like do our thing during the week, you know, work, whatever. And then on the weekends we'd hang out. But then it was never like, what are you doing tomorrow? Like, do you want to go somewhere? Or like, oh, there's this new restaurant. Should we like go check it out? None of that. It was like Friday night rolls around. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm in bed. Right? So I was like getting sick of it. And I was getting really frustrated.
Yeah. You know what it is, Khloe, though? Returning back to like, look, you outwardly kind of are this, yeah, whatever's cool, man. I'm just in bed, LOL, just drinking wine. Like, I know you. That's like the energy that you put out. But then what you're saying is you're basically asking this guy to read your mind, because for the guy, he's probably like, oh, man, but Chloe's chill. Like, whatever. But what you're saying is like, I'm a girl. I'm inherently not chill. You need to fucking think about these things without me explicitly telling you to.
But I think that situation was a little bit unique because I also knew that I wasn't going to stay there forever. So I wasn't about to like ask him out like to be my partner, right? Right? And so I also felt awkward to ask him to do all these things because I'm not going to like put it down like that.
But see, I feel like there's a blockage there, right? Because if you just did do that, you could actually advance a relationship way further.
There's more to the story.
He was a drug dealer.
No. Because of his religion, he wasn't trying to like date someone outside of his religion.
Was he Mormon?
No. But anyway, I really liked him as a person. We still keep in touch. We do Wordle.
Damn. Dude, you
got to cut off these dudes, though.
I know. I feel like what the fuck? You got to cut. You're just talking about how much you like this photographer boy. Yeah. You can't be talking to this dude.
I literally just send him the Wordle result.
Yeah, but Khloe, There's a word for that. It's called breadcrumb trailing or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
That stuff I don't necessarily care about per se.
What, religion?
No. No, if I was dating someone that like kept in touch with like someone that they might have had a fling with, I don't really care that much.
I feel like that's a kind of a no.
But it can be. But I've seen it be where it's like be the worst case scenario of that too. I've been a part of that as well. That feels pretty harmless.
It is, yeah, it's harmless,
Yeah.
but I feel like Chloe's just wasting her energy on someone
also fair.
where, like, you don't need to be wasting your energy on these people anymore.
True.
You can just,
I need to conserve energy.
Yeah. Imagine if the world of the day was like maybe, dates. I don't know. You got to just cut that guy off, especially because you have a new guy in your life right now.
No, I have you to send my results to Aaron.
Yeah, well, you used to have Jay until he stopped, and Chris.
Exactly.
Yeah, we at one
fell
point had
apart.
a little Wordle chat, but
Yeah.
You can send me
that-
your results.
we just all ghosted each other on that one.
One day, everyone just stopped doing
Worst
it.
friends.
Jay's like, Chloe, we need to talk. Come over
Wait,
here.
what other red flags do you have? Because I feel like we have a bunch as guys. We were just talking about it before recording. Jaehyun had a bunch that she shared with us. I'll just share a few of Jay's, what Jay says. She said, any pictures on a profile, like at a zoo or like in Thailand, like petting a tiger or riding an elephant.
I have a red flag. If he has too many pictures of himself.
Yeah, instead of what? Like him with his friends or...
Yeah, or like his photos, not of him. Like
Wait.
the photos that he took.
So
that are
selfies.
not selfies. Yeah,
Okay,
Do
so
they put
too many
that on?
selfies.
Do they put that on? You mean on their dating profile or like Instagram?
both.
Yeah. I think anyone who posts too many selfies is a little bit... Yeah, I mean, another red flag, quotes on their profile. Quotes, we decided any quote, unless it's hilarious. But
On their
any quote.
profile?
Yeah.
On their dating profile?
Yeah.
Like a self-help book type of...
Well,
quote.
the reason this came up
Dude,
was originally
a self-help quote would totally be a red flag. That'd be
yeah.
well, the one I brought up first was the Marilyn Monroe quote, like if you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best or whatever. And I figured that was like a classic kind of like, I don't know, cliche red flag. And then Aaron's like, no quotes at all.
Dude, I can't think of a single quote that would be like, okay.
No, but then if you pair that with like a really funny, like a really shitty photo of you, like first thing in the morning, like a selfie, but you look trash. I
Yeah.
feel like that'd be funny.
Well, there are profiles that are funny. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if the quote is funny,
Yeah,
but it can't just be like a line from The Office or Anchorman. Like, that shit is really, really
It's a
lame.
quote from Infinite Jest.
Oh my God. Or a photo of them on the subway reading Infinite Jest. Jay just put on the outline, we're going in 1 hour, 8 minutes, FYI. Yeah, but we're cutting out like 30 minutes of this episode.
Okay.
The first 15, we took a while to get there, but right now we're cooking with gas.
Mm-hmm.
It's because Chloe drank 2 shots. You want one more, Chloe?
Woohoo!
Yo, well, here's another debatable one. A big red flag. Anyone who works in crypto, what are your thoughts?
Bro, it's the Incheon guy.
That's
Damn,
right. Dude, the
dog.
intern guy does work in crypto. Actually, bro, he knows my cousin who also works in crypto.
Oh,
I will
shit.
So you're
say,
saying
like,
your cousins?
crypto inherently isn't like a red flag per se, but I think that if it again, honestly, okay, this is my take because I was talking about earlier, like if you're
Talking about it all the time.
well, no, yeah, so it's like yeah, you can like pizza and hiking and The Office, but if that's like among the core tenets of your personality, then that might be the red flag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I love pizza, hiking, and The Office, that's not like what I'm listing as about me.
You know what's it's not even a red flag, actually. It's just a pet peeve. Any girl who talks about French fries on their profile.
What about it?
It's just like, I'll like you if I share my French fries with you. My perfect date is getting French fries and going to the park to people watch. Like, I have probably 5 or 6 Hinge quotes that I accumulated over the 2 or 3 years I was
What
on
are
Hinge.
some like incompatibilities that would be maybe not impossible to overcome, but like a big challenge?
Snoring. It's actually...
Dog. You
no, but I
have
mean-
not slept next to a man for more than 4 months he will snore. You can't. That cannot be a deal breaker for you.
No. This guy and I talked about it, and then it's both of
He's
our
like,
red
babe,
flags.
I'll never snore. I promise.
No. He doesn't like girls who snore. I hate men. I can't be sleeping next to a person who snores.
Pause.
What?
Unfortunately, no one likes girls who snore.
I meant.
Unfortunately, it's just the way the world
no
is.
one likes snore. These are generic
But
answers.
guys will snore. Period. There's no way around it.
If you like the guy enough, you'll okay. I meant more in terms of like lifestyle choices. Like for example, like these are like
Snoring isn't a lifestyle
James
choice.
feels personally attacked.
No, I don't. So for example, like if they say like they don't drink, like is that a big deal?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I feel like
As long as they can hang.
that used to be a deal breaker for me. Of like, if this person doesn't drink, how can I ever have a life with them? You know what I mean?
How will they ever laugh at your jokes?
Because you're never funny sober.
If Jan decides tomorrow that she doesn't want to drink ever again, I'm like, that's fine. We had enough time to like bond over some wine and like drink and like have fun. If anything, it's a health choice, right? But
Yeah. I mean, I suggest that as like an example. I mean, obviously, I'd prefer it if I can drink with my partner, but yeah, that's not like a deal breaker per se.
yeah, obviously, I'd rather like get fucked up with my partner,
That'd be fun.
black out, snore, be hungover all day the next day, complaining,
Share
diarrhea,
French fries.
Yeah, get some
Because
French
you
fries.
mentioned lifestyle choices, I think I prefer active people who likes being outdoors and like go on.
I want to. We're
Hikes.
talking about red flags.
Oh, red flags. Okay,
like
then.
are these are like for example, someone's like I live in like
I live a very
sedentary
active lifestyle.
I live a sedentary
I
lifestyle.
have wanderlust. Ooh, that's a red flag. Anyone who says they have wanderlust.
Wanderlust? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can't be lazy.
Also, anyone who says partner in crime, big red flag. I'm looking for my partner in crime.
No, someone that says I'm looking for my gym to my.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be the worst. Yeah, my Pam to my gym. Oh my god. No, I mean Rick and Morty, no, right? The Office, no. Just I guess they're just too mainstream. That's what it is.
If they recommend Rick and Morty, thinking it's so
exactly.
not mainstream, like so hipster, no.
I feel that's relevant like a year.
You probably won't get it. It's actually a really smart show.
No, that's like a meme like
That is a
2
meme.
years ago.
Yeah.
My said first boyfriend of 4 months.
What was his name again? He had like a dumb fucking name. Yeah.
That's a red flag.
I should have known better. But he recommended Rick and Morty, and then we watched the entire series.
Nice.
And I was like, I fucking hate this show.
Damn.
Do you hate it because of?
Yeah.
Because of cash?
If I started watching it with you guys,
Give
it
it,
would have
hey,
been
give it another shot, Khloe. It's actually really smart.
So like actually this is interesting.
He ruined it for me.
For sure.
I have a friend and I was trying to introduce her to the rehearsal, and she was down, but then like kind of hesitant. I realized she mentioned later it's because she had an ex that she like ended up just hating that had introduced her to Nathan For You.
Oh, yeah.
But then like after watching the rehearsal without the association of this dude, kind of like rebuilt her trust in Nathan Fielder. God rest his soul. He's still alive.
I was like, wait, is this the
Bless his
in
heart.
remembrance of Nathan Fielder? On the outline, before we get to the conclusion, on the outline, I just see this one last thing. What is like the weird or unexpected things that you've ever found in someone's dating profile? You held your hand up like you have a question, Khloe.
I had one more really bad red flag. Staying friends with the exes.
Ooh, thank you for bringing that up because we were talking about that earlier too. It's like even if you were only a samnam or samya with this person, you know, it's understandable if your significant other is uncomfortable with that, and that's totally I've come around on that for sure.
Yep, I got super gaslit
Why?
by my
By
when we first started dating. He had a bunch of a few presents that his ex
had given him
sent to him overseas.
because he was like,
they had stopped dating a long time ago, but they were still quote unquote best friends, right? And so they would write to each other, send each other presents or whatever.
Fuck that, dude.
And because I never had a relationship, going into it, I was like, oh, is that normal? Like, does it make me a crazy person to be jealous and like tell him not to talk to the girl anymore? And so I endured that all throughout. At one point, he was trying to come up with like a birthday present for her.
Yeah, he's
And,
like,
like,
hey,
consulting
he's
you,
like, hey,
that's
babe,
so
what should
fucked
I
up.
buy my best girlfriend who I used to boink? Yeah.
Yep. And then another time he was on a FaceTime with her while I was getting ready. And we said hi to each other over FaceTime. I was like, oh my God, hi. Like, heard so much about you.
Damn, that's torture. That's awful.
Yeah. And so now in hindsight, I was like, oh my God, if that made me uncomfortable, I should have been open enough with him to tell him how I felt and let him know that this is making me uncomfortable. I understand that there are people who can be friends totally platonically, but because they were like that and they're now back together, about to get married.
Of course they are, because first of all, if I remember correctly, we're not going to say his name, but this person was like in the Navy or the fucking military.
No, it's different people.
Oh, really? Well, then he sounds like he was from like Arkansas and like, my name's and my girl from back in Omaha, whatever the fuck, you know?
Be nice to the Arkansans that are listening.
It's from Boston, though.
Oh my God, he's from Boston.
Okay, that's
and his name's
worse. We
Cash?
can make fun of Bostonians.
Yeah, damn, dude. And we'll talk about that in your next episode. Khloe, thank you so much for being on this episode of the Side Dish Podcast. We just have one question to ask you before we sign off. What is your favorite side dish?
My favorite side dish? I like gosari.
Fuck, man. What's that?
It's some sort of like
Bracken fern.
fern
break.
It's like it's in 육개장.
Oh, that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a brown.
Oh, that
It's like a
shit.
brown sort of like.
Supposedly very good for stamina.
Oh, okay. And that's why you.
That's the thing
I know what I'm getting
That's
tomorrow.
the one I foraged in Canada for a
Got
summer.
it. I see.
But it has that certain nuttiness to it, although it's some sort of vegetable.
Good choice of words.
Yeah.
You like to feed it to your SOs.
Yeah.
I really
mean,
like
that was a unique answer. Like, I was expecting fucking like mac and cheese, you know, kimchi. All right.
We're in Korea. You gotta ask, what's your favorite banchan?
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know the names of like 99% of the panchans. So
Half of them are made up at any given point.
But gosari is real.
okay. Well, you heard it here first. Kosari. Kosari is real. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for listening. Catch us on the Instagram, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Got him.